Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. On this one here, we're going to do something different. I always give you guys a metalwork update and a panel shop update, but we never ever really do an update on the assembly shop. So, just going through it quickly, we got the 3 Aero Silver 333s. That's been here for a while. So, mild to full restoration vehicles. Some vehicles came in painted already. Some vehicles came in as running cars that we're just basically getting back to its original state. Some that were painted, brought in as shells, and we've done the undercarriages and so on like that. So I just want to give you guys an update quickly. Nothing long, nothing major, on how far we are, why things take so long as well, because a lot of people see a shell standing and then they don't see anything happening on the shell, but I'm going to show you now behind the scenes of what's happening. So this one here, this car started up on the standard issue. It was running a half aftermarket issue, half original issue. Don't ask me how. I've seen it done before, but I don't know how they really wired it up. So we've basically eliminated all of that, gone back to standard form. We are getting a lot of things sorted out for it. We had to do Welsh plugs on the car. We had to also match up issue to injectors, to harness, to airflow meter. So we got to start it up, and then we're going to move over to interior. This guy, suspension is basically done. So this here was the first jig that we done, and I actually didn't do a video of it, but I'll do an undercarriage video once it goes back onto the left. But we're working in progress on this car, so we'll do stages step by step. So the next step is, now we started this motor on the jig. I didn't do a video of it because it looked very rough. We didn't build up a stand or anything of the sort. We had everything laying loose, but motor started up on the jig, running on standard issue. We just want to finish up with the engine bay, then we're moving over to the interior, and then we can start with the rest of the items on there. This 333 is done. We're waiting for some parts from the agents and from Zen. That should be arriving next week, but this guy's actually driving. So the items that we're waiting for is basically the finishing parts on it. So like the stripes, we're busy with development on the stripes. The badges are coming through. We're just going to take the bumper back off, get the other fog light on. The interior is all done, but the cluster is out. The cluster gears we're busy with on there. And I had to change the cluster faces. I ordered it, but we're still waiting for that to come in. So this one will be running soon, but this wasn't a full restock car. Someone else had painted it before. They done body work. It came in just basically as a rolling shell, and we've basically gotten it to where it is now. Then we move to, so they are in the car. We were waiting for motor to come. The customer's building his own motor, 535 motor. It's not a full installation. This is actually for one of the 333s. So that will be starting with when we're going to finish up with the vehicle. Then with the M5, you guys know this jig here. You've seen it at BMW Concourse. You guys saw it at Kailami. We're going to start getting the wiring harness on. We're going to start getting the belts on, all the small bells and whistles on the motor. A lot of it's basically 99% done. CV joints, I'm still battling with CVs or with the side shafts. I'll have a solution there shortly. We've started already with the harnesses, and we started pulling the harnesses in. And Lucian, I don't know if you want to maybe come that side there with the camera, so you guys can actually see how the harness looks now. And you'll see that the harness has been repaired. It's been rebuilt up again and running in its standard form. So we pull the harness through the vehicle, and what we are currently doing now is we're moving with harnesses on the E28s, on the 333s. We're starting to build them up, and we're starting to assemble them into the cars. Then we can sign that off and know that that is done properly, and we can move on to the next step. So the next step is, okay, let's just finish up here. So we're busy currently now with number 6's harness, and then we're going to move over to this 333 here. We've done the harness on this car already. This is built up. The harness is run, it's laid loose, and then we're going to come with all its clips in place here. So this is the sunroof harness. I think I just pulled it out a little bit. Right, so that's basically on the harness side of things, on the wiring side of things. So once the harnesses are done, we basically go through like almost a 90% test phase on the floor. And then we go through final testing basically in the vehicle, and then we can start actually closing up properly. We're going to do that 333 there. Then we've got, if you guys remember in the last metal update video, we've got a 333 that is currently in black primer. That is one of the NRAs. That's actually going to come back into here. Then we're only left with the bad error silver one. That's a whole full frontal section and floorboard section. We're leaving that car for last. We've got another henna red one. That's a back section, and we've got the black one. So the black one is scheduled to go in for media blasting. Maybe in the next, I think it's not, no, it's actually next week. It's going in for media blasting with the Japan car. I'm calling it the Japan Shuttle 325 I Sport. So we're trying to do them together because they're both black cars as well, and so on like that. Okay, so as for the jigs, we're just finishing up on this here. There is a couple of items that we're still short of. We're waiting for that to come. As soon as they'll come, like the steering racks, the side shafts is one of the hold ups. Then we can start. We're actually going to start stripping up the engines. We haven't started with that yet, and we chose not to start with it because it is a lot to work with. And even though you got your space sorted out, you got your stuff in order, but there's a chance for things to go, I won't say missing, but just get misplaced and found later. But mainly we would like to just finish up this year and then move to the next phase. So the engine builds are going to be done very soon. Okay, so till here. Then we've got, okay, so Lucian was taking the video now. So we're busy with the electroplating. On the electroplating side, we're actually busy with a lot of things, right? So you'll see here, the calipers is one of the things here that we're busy with, and this is still in raw form. I've done videos with regards to that before. And then we got the window mechanism stripped up, the door locks all stripped up. It's thin as there. The door locks, the door mechanisms, and I'm going to take you through the rail now, and you'll actually see how they look. This is part of the window mechanisms that's all stripped up. So this table is always there, my car, but there's a lot of items going on here. There's a good couple of, if I can say 100 items coming through this table a day. Over 100 items coming through this table a day, and that's the reality of it. So quickly, this is what all, okay, so these are items that's recently plated. So here's your door locks here, not door locks, your door mechanisms. We've got these guys done, and you can see that the colors actually came out very good. We've got the fuel tank pipes done here. We've got these are your latches that sit underneath your black handle on your black door handle on the exterior. They came out very nice. So it's as far as these guys here, I can touch them now, they're cured already. These are all the bolts and nuts here. That's done, and they put into bays here, so they'll get put into its into their respective containers. But this is the amount of electroplating we've got to do, and we choose to go with these, to do it ourselves, because of getting the colors correct, and we can actually play with colors and play with darker shades, lighter shades, most likely darker shades, because we try to get the contrasting out on it. So we're in electroplating phases, if not phases, we're always electroplating. We're electroplating every day because there's a lot of bolts and nuts. But so these two ISs, one E28 M5 all at once. So even though the two 325 ISs aren't here as yet, they're still in body, but we're preparing them up now. So it should be a little bit easier when we start assembling. So we're trying this process here. So we've got a lot of the body parts on the shelves already. So basically stacked up for that's when the window mechanisms will go back, door locking mechanism will go back. All those rods that you see there, they'll get assembled first, they put onto the cars, and then it's the same with the boot, and the same with the rest of the stuff. So here's an example. Okay, Lush, before you come too far here, here's mechanisms. So I still need to, they've been washed up and cleaned up now, right? But now I still got to come and see how far we're going to go through with this here. This is for the E28 M5. So we've been sitting and washing and cleaning and going through it all. And yes, it is nice and smooth. The runners are sorted out. So I just want to see how far we can go through with these guys here, because like these support runners, we'll be able to electroplate them. And it's imperative, it's important that we get these here done. Something as small as, here's the mechanisms here for the E28. But okay, these screws, these Phillips will come out, the countersunk Phillips will come out of there. But these here have got press grommets or press rivets onto them here. So we need to figure out how we're going to get this whole guy done. Yes, we can drill them out and see from there. So I showed you the handle now. That's the mechanism that sits underneath the handle. This is how we get them looking. So we get them with a whole lot of overspray on them. We get them with obviously the old electroplating and passivate on them, as to what I showed you now. So you can see this one is actually very soft, and I can see the spring is collapsed on here. So that'll get on there. Same thing with the mechanisms on this side here, the locking mechanisms. We've got to still go through this whole process, and it's time consuming. So back to it again, where why do we take so long with things? It's every single nut and bolt that we're doing. Right? As per the cars that I've shown you that are supposed to be restored, you can see how people say they're doing a restoration and it's done on the exterior, and they forget about everything that sits on the outside. So this is where the time sits now. This is what actually takes so long. So these are the window mechanisms for the E30s. I'll give you an example. All these rods here, these are your rods running on the inside. All of these guys get stripped down. Here's your frames here. Here are your handles and frames over here. These are all stripped up. So this is now just cleaned from here. They still got to get electroplated, cleaned, treated, serviced, made sure that they are working. The motors get stripped up here. So we get to strip these guys up here. There is a way of stripping them out. There is, I don't know what it's called, but there is, I get the name of what it is inside, right? Again, there's no rule book on how to do this here. We haven't been to school and been taught of how to fix this here. We're going to use general mechanical knowledge and figure out how they operate, and then from there repair it from there. But these guys get stripped up. They get electroplated, they get cleaned out, they get serviced, they get repaired, and then they get put together. So again, all the work going into the behind the scenes of the car, so stuff that you don't even get to see. You don't even, unfortunately, and this is the reality of it, is that people don't get to see not 90%, about 60% of the stuff done on the vehicle. So that's why I'm showing it to you now. Your headlights. Okay, I'm actually going to come back to your pedals at the bottom and stuff like that. But now for your headlights. So you guys know plastic bumper. Example here. Let me just move this step right away. So here's an example, right? So here's a plastic bumper headlight. This here is a Hella. No, this is the depot. We don't really want these ones here, but wherever we see Hella, we try and go crazy about it and try and take them apart like I done on the white IS. So here's one close by here. So this is the difference between the chrome bumper headlight and a plastic bumper headlight. First distinguishable difference is your brackets. Chrome bumper has a metal frame, plastic bumper has a plastic frame. Then obviously on the chrome bumpers we don't have the smiley. Okay, these are not smileys. You don't have the smiley. We call it a smiley headlight. They don't have the smiley headlight. They got your standard look on it, and we want to keep it this way. So for example, on this guy here, this here will get stripped up like I showed you guys in the videos before. We battled to strip this guy up, so we're going to try and polish it up. I think but on this here I might have found new, so a mixture between cleaning them up and replacing them with new as to matching the ones. These ones we can strip up and we actually finish well. Then we get the frames powder coated properly, so they'll first go for blasting, get blasted down, so we don't have all those rough finishes over here. Get them powder coated, and then we can start detailing them up with all the proper colors. Yeah, let me show you this one here. This one is better. All these here get electroplated, so you got a nice detailed finish on the outcome. And I've done that before. If you guys can scroll further into the channel and just see, I've done that before. Here's all the calipers here. So it is a bit dark here. I'm hoping that the camera light helps. It is a bit dark here, but you can see here's all the raw calipers. So these calipers haven't even been stripped out and cleaned. Some of them are even seized. These are the black calipers. Or did you get them out? They're still seized. Okay, so we got them. We got the pistons that normally sit in here. They are actually rusted and seized up, so they've been soaking for over a week. So they start off like this here. This is after plating. So everything, they're all basically waiting to get assembled. We've got on top here, Lucian will show you now. He'll go up, and we've got the side shafts on top here. We've got the heater box at the bottom. Lucian is just standing on the staircase, just so you guys can see what's going on top. So we've got all the side shafts laid out on the side here, and like I said, CV joints are actually a bit of a problem of this quantity. So you can buy 1 or 2 loose CV joints now, but they are a problem. So they're waiting for strapping. We still got to strap them up. I haven't strapped them in case we can't get, and I need to see how I can salvage them. Then we've got the pedal assemblies. These are all done. These are waiting for electroplating. They're waiting for the master cylinders. The slaves will join them as well, but they're not going to be obviously fitted with them. The brake boosters are going to get sent in. On top of this shelf here, I think you've still got the remaining of the window mechanisms. Then you got your brake and fuel lines up on that side there, and the shelf right on top. We've got all the heater boxes that's basically been taken apart already. They've been cleaned up, they've been stripped up, and I think we're starting on Monday or Tuesday to start assembling all of them. Okay. So just to go back here quickly, you'll see that the reserve things have all been done already. These here have just gotten a nice coat of paint on them. The pedal assemblies are all done already. The petrol tanks, these are most of them done. Some of them have been installed in the cars as yet, and they've been installed on the trestles where the cars are standing. So when they go up onto the lift or onto the hoist, I will then take a nice video and show you guys from there. These are the E28 ones here. Okay guys, I think we're going to end this video now. I don't think there's anything else that I've missed by showing you. Look, there is other suspension parts that's laying on the other side of the shop here, and they're gonna be assembled and get onto their jigs. But there's a couple of items that we're still missing here and there, of which we're just waiting for delivery. We're waiting for them to come into the country. I think we've covered all. So yeah, now you guys know why it takes so long. So anybody that says they can do a restoration in a couple of months, good for you. It's not as easy as that. I've taken you guys through a snippet of what you can try and see and put together, and showing you how long it takes. And I hope you guys understand and it makes sense to you now. Anyway guys, you guys know what to do. If you guys enjoy watching the videos, if you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, share. It helps us to create better videos for you, get better content out. And again, let me know. I know I haven't been responding to a lot of people on the channel for now, but I promise I will respond. It's just been a bit crazy. Yeah, cheers guys.